your. I'm like, I hear you. I don't know what you're talking
Yeah, no, on stream. There you go. Okay. Cool, and I think I got... Alright, welcome everybody. Can I get a test on your guys' end, please?
Hello.
Boom.
I don't have to watch that for a second, so...
Gotta adjust the angle of the camera. There we go.
Alright, looking good. Some new tokens and whatnot. Finally ready to show those off. Exciting stuff.
Oh yeah, who did that? Was that Coffee Bits?
Yeah.
Is that her name?
So, catching up here from a couple weeks ago, you guys had received a summons to meet somebody in a diner, Raboga's barge on Tilness, I think it is where that is, or nope, sorry, Tolia Biqua, right? That's where Dak, you and Lan hang out quite a bit. Or maybe I've got that one wrong too. Where
the moon of
yeah.
Generis? I thought it was like in Generis or whatever, but
one of them, one of the like floating cities there, yeah. And so you know, confused by the secrecy of that, but going forward, you meet with Narama, who you all know pretty well, and he comes out and tells you that he has a task for you, that they've intercepted a transmission, that there is a group that has basically established some sort of a base or something underneath a thermal detonator factory. So a pretty big deal there. And yeah, just to go investigate and try and take care of that. He believed that, and I believe that, just from information he had, that he wasn't certain, but that the believers may be involved, believers, and I'm gonna see if the okay, sorry, it's just catching up. Yeah, so you guys head off to Ipsus, this another floating city above Generius. And when you get there, all the workers, most of them, large majority, are Ugnaughts, wandering their way away from all the places of work, just in a chaotic but orderly, at the same time fashion, leaving the city. You ran into one of them and said, and they filled you in that they basically were told to take the rest of the day off and just go on holiday for the rest of the afternoon and come back as normal. Didn't get any other information, so you're able to get inside this facility that you were going to access, and you initially found out that, you know, place was definitely crawling with droid guards that weren't going to be really allowing you guys to get around. So you did go around to a to kind of like a emergency exit that was available, and get in through there, which proved somewhat successful. You did run into a couple guards, but probably better than, you know, the whole factory full. Once that was done, you headed towards inspecting this large thermal detonator production line. You found a access hatch that you think would go down to this hidden facility or whatever below, and at that time a female popped out from down the line in another hatch and took off running. You guys gave chase. few of you, I think Lan mostly, seem to get consumed by some noxious gas, causing him to retch all over the place. Maybe got Dak's boots a little dirty. And, but eventually, avoiding some of the obstacles, you were able to catch up to the female and take her into temporary custody of yourselves and find out what she was up to. Lan, I think you took something that she had, right? The vial of green, like cloudy.
Valen?
Yeah, sorry. I think
Yeah.
Lan grabbed it first and then gave it to you.
No, she threw it at me.
That's
when
right.
I demanded to take it from her. And
Okay.
yeah, I wrapped it up and put it in the anti-tox kit.
Okay, so you
it's
do
safe
have that.
and
All right.
no good. Yeah, and I think we tried to secure it so it was like nothing would move in there.
Yeah.
Just so it's safe.
Yeah, and I think you guys would definitely have, or you would have in your kit, you know,
Yeah, the
enough
nerd
to...
has everything we need. So.
Yep. Okay, so you grabbed that, you interrogated her, and basically she said that there was, you know, there was some, because I don't remember if you had found or if you heard anything from under below, but she was running away from somebody, that there was people down below basically trying to kill her. She was running away, she just had to get out. She seemingly attempted at least to try and, you know, use the force on you guys, but it didn't seem to work. And eventually, after stripping her of any weapons and whatnot, you did let her go, and as far as you know, she wandered off down the production line and then out to her escape. And then from there, you headed into the hatch that she came out of to go investigate, as there was some smell of smoke and whatnot coming out from there to further investigate, knowing that you might want to take care of that before this production facility maybe, you know, explodes on itself. And yeah, that's about where we catch up. Let me get to that. Krellin, you show up exclaiming to the group that it sounded like you needed help, and but Lan needs to go back to the ship to check on things. So, little swap of personnel here for the group as you get back together. You head down. Valen, you were the first one to go down the tunnel access, right?
Yeah, carefully this
Okay.
time. Not just jumping down. Like there's a ladder. You might have used the ladder.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah.
All right, so just kind of reread that introduction to that scene. So you head down that tunnel. It's about 3 meters deep, and as you descend, the smell of smoke gets a little bit more prominent, and you do hear some shouting, and you turn as you reach the bottom of the ladder and see what looks like a minor battlefield, but which may have recently been a lab of some kind. There's a number of fairly small individuals in full cover protective suits that are picking through the rubble, and one of them approaches another, holds up a data pad, and the second one nods and pulls off his helmet to reveal a grimly grinning Karite face. And then he turns to you all as he sees you there, and that's where we pick up.
Are they doing anything?
There's the few in the background are just kind of still rushing around, you know, going through things and whatnot. This one that took its helmet off is heading towards you.
Like, hello, friend.
Just gestures out, keeping that you know, maybe to some almost creepy wide grin of the Karites, and says, "Hello there. What can we help you with?"
Well, we heard reports of someone trying to blow up a thermal detonator factory line. You wouldn't happen to know anything about that, would you?
Oh, perhaps a bit. We we intercepted a transmission, and which led us to this facility, which we have found out was designed to produce something to harm or kill us. It was very incumbent upon us to remove that threat.
What was it? Thermal detonators? Are you guys the ones trying to blow up the line?
No, definitely not. There's... As far as we're concerned, this laboratory was planning a genocide of our people. But it was not related to the detonators. I think just a clever cover-up for what was going on below here.
Oh, I see. Guess I'll turn to Dak.
Do you know who was behind the laboratory down here?
Yeah, it gives you guys a little bit of a squint and says, and then kind of turns back and puts a gesturing hand out as you see a few bodies strewn across the floor here and there, and says, yes, I think we've taken care of most of those responsible, but it seemed that one of them might have slipped away. You didn't happen to run into anybody on your way down, by chance?
Oh, I think she was that one that ran past us when we were hiding in the pipes. Do you remember that?
I couldn't pay attention to anything. I was terrified when I smelled the smoke and heard the blaster fire. I'm not a very brave individual.
Yeah, me either. That's why I was hiding. But we saw some woman run past. Looks like she was heading... Where was she heading? Did we ever see where she was going?
She was going like down the line, the production line.
Like, was she going towards the exit we came in? Or was she going towards, like, the front, or...?
She was going towards another potential exit, yeah.
Oh, okay. Like, yeah, no, she just bolted right past us, didn't even pay us any mind. You must have scared her off.
Valen, give me a deception check, and I'll let you have... Either both of you guys can do one individually, or Valen can have it at advantage.
Oh, Dak, what's yours?
I'll probably... It's a good chance I'll succeed on my own, but you may fail without advantage, so we'll go ahead and let you roll it with advantage. That seems like probably a better
Alright.
option.
It's your fault if this goes wrong.
Oh, wow.
Oh, man.
Wait. We have inspiration.
Already?
I don't know, it's there. I just assume. Can we use that?
You
Todd?
can if you want, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah, there we go.
And there is like a
I believe it too.
dark like haze on this map. I don't know if you guys can see that. Maybe you just didn't notice it, but it's
I just have a black square. So it's really hazy.
On the start screen on Roll20.
Yeah.
So the stupid fog of war is on.
Yeah, it's just I just assumed there was no map yet. I was just like, oh, okay, just a black screen.
Let me.
Oh, it's real smoky. I can't see anything. Oh.
So it's solid black for you guys?
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Now I
Okay.
see the overlay.
I had to turn it on and off again. Oh, it's driving me nuts. I was like, I know those token backgrounds are like solid white, but they were alrighty anyway. So.
Oh, there's old Valen down the corner.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
Down there.
His like token, when I dragged it on, like it was being weird, glitching out. I had to remake it. I think the file was corrupt, but anyway. So you guys kind of give a spiel to the Karite, and he glares at you as you give your tale, and you just kind of laughs a little chuckle to himself. He says, "Yeah, I understand that. You know, some of you humans can be a bit frail and whatnot. Regardless, that's unfortunate that you let her escape. She would have been a nice prize for us to take back and question about what is going on here. Unfortunately, there are no other witnesses available." As he kind of nods behind him towards the carnage.
I'm like, well, what have you found out so far?
Well, as I said, we believe that they were producing something here in the facility to specifically target us Karaites.
Hmm.
And essentially we came to take care of that problem.
Todd, remind me. So it's not like a secret or hidden knowledge, I guess, that there was an incident that we were at on that that mining
Untilness?
moon or whatever, Untilness, right? Yeah.
I don't know that it would be super public knowledge, but
But the Karaites showed up at the end, right? To like contain, or was that somebody else that showed up at the end?
somebody else came that helped you guys.
Yeah, I mean, I know at the very end we were like, you know, the response team showed up after we got out of there, and they were going to go in and, you know, contain it. We gave them our sample. I can't remember if that was Karaites or if that was.
Nope, that would have been somebody else. That was the mining company that
Okay.
BMMC? Is
yeah,
that
yep.
the-
Yep,
Okay.
Ver something mining company.
Okay.
Yeah, so you did not see any additional Karaites other than the ones you came across inside inside that mine, but you know, it's likely that, especially with you know, with what's going on right now, you know, obviously they're catching wind of something, and it's potential that, you know, that incident got out as well.
Okay. Yeah, so I mean, I guess that's to say, oh, is this by chance related to that business that happened on Tilness a week or so ago?
Is yes, we think it is a little bit. The cartel does not know what they were doing there, but you know, they will say that the Karaites found there were killed there as well. But yes, we're not sure why they were there.
He was saying they're not sure. They're not sure why the cartel was there. But
The cartel, which the Karaites are part of, the Mediterranean cartel, we're not sure why there were Karaites in that mine.
Oh, okay.
Wasn't it their operation? That they shut down? That's what that's what I thought I remember them having done. No, either way. Like, well,
And what?
we don't.
Go ahead.
I was like, well, we don't really have anything to do with them. We were called here by a completely different party to check on the thermal detonator line. So I guess, I mean, we'd help you if we could. If we'd known that that woman was important, we definitely would have stopped her, but she looked like she was in a hurry, and you know how some people get. They get that look on their face. Like if you even ask them if they want a fresh cup of calf, they'll punch you or stab you in the throat. She had that look. You didn't really feel inclined to talk to her. If we'd known you needed her, that might have changed things, but
Yeah,
we didn't even know you were down here.
no bother. If anything, that's, you know, it might be a little more of a challenge to catch up with her, but we have people keeping an eye out on the exits, so we'll snatch her. It's just unfortunate that you know, we would have gladly offered a reward to hand her over. So, but oh well.
Well, darn.
Dak just thinks to himself, well, I didn't want to let her go. That was Valen's big idea. We'll let you go if you tell us what you know.
Did we actually have anything to actually tie her up?
I think you guys
I
had
remember.
guys put binders on her. I thought
Yeah, she had
for a
binders
second,
on
and
one
then
point.
you eventually, yeah, because you released her
Oh,
and,
did you? Okay.
and sent her on her way.
I mean, you know, you also have a lightsaber, and he does have limbs. There's other ways to deal with these.
That's not how you deal with problems.
Well, if
That
you
might
don't
be
want her
how
to
you
run
handle.
away,
That might be how you handle cantina fights, okay? But that's not how you handle diplomatic relations.
also,
No aggressive
Krellin on
negotiation.
his
was
way
she
in is like,
was she an ambassador?
yeah.
Was the ambassador of the Dark Brotherhood or whatever the
Krellin on his way in is like, you know, I passed someone on the way in here. You know, this
she was
tall.
in a hurry. I don't paid for her ride off. The work. No, I was gonna say though. I just want it to be known that the reason that Krellin wasn't present was because there was an infestation on the ship and it was everywhere. He was trying to get into it, but then it got into like the engines and stuff, and like he knows how Lan gets about that. So
Oh, he
Don't
must
wanna-
have found the
Yeah.
monkey lizard that I befriended at Narama.
Oh yeah.
See, it all ties it.
Did he have a name?
It
Who is
did, but I didn't like the name, so you can name him.
Okay.
It was because they say it. Oh, where was it at?
Just one of their generic made-up names for the module.
No, it was where is? Oh, right here. Gibberish. What is the last name? It's a cousin of the one from Jabba. What's Teach? Not
Oh,
Teach.
Crumb?
Crumb, yeah.
Salacious Crumb.
Hellacious
Yeah.
Crumb, and this one's like Gibberish Crumb, and he's like the
Oh,
cousin.
my.
I was just like, ah, that's dumb.
I want to kill it.
Don't you
But anyway,
dare.
he's still an obnoxious monkey lizard that, yes, Valen did befriend, and so you can name him.
I'll give him a name later.
Yeah.
Gary or something.
So the Karite just says, well, I think we have, handled everything we need to down here. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Yeah, my friend over here twisted his ankle a little bit. Do you happen to have like a med pack or something we can use to patch him up?
I can check.
No big deal if you don't, but if you did, that'd be great, because we can't leave until we find out whether or not this whole line is compromised. We made promises we have to keep, that kind of a thing. You know how it goes.
He yells out to one of the other Karites that are wandering around, and he comes over and he says, "Yo, I think we can spare one of these. Consider that sign of goodwill. That we'll stay out of your way and you stay out of ours, and go on our merry way."
That sounds perfect. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And to the side, Dak, you actually had, didn't you have an injury? I thought I treated someone, but I didn't get everybody up to full.
Yeah, I think
This
he's
is when we were fighting
yeah,
those
just that-
droids.
that
Can you guys
tiny
see
little bit,
your each other's health bars, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, actually we can.
Just want to make sure that I have those turned back on.
It's hard on the black because I can't tell exactly where the line's supposed to
Oh
be.
yeah. See, I can see the numbers, so I know obviously. But yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So
Dax looks mostly full.
Yeah, I'm not too bad. So
okay.
Okay.
we'll just hold on to that freebie for now.
But I'll hand it to Dak. I'll be like, here, this is for your hurt ankle.
Thanks.
You're like, well, yeah, I mean, as long as we're not stepping on each other's toes, I no problem with you guys. Thanks for all your help. You haven't seen any sort of explosive device or anything like that around here? Any way they could compromise a production line?
Says, I don't believe that they got around to doing what they needed to do. We caught up to them. There is, and they basically just got far enough to destroying everything around here in the lab, trying to cover their tracks, cover evidence, destroy evidence. But we kind of took care of things, and
Okay.
it's
Maybe
probably
that's
wise that they did not destroying such a massive member of the Kularan business establishment would have been quite a thing to handle on their part. So
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I think so too. Well, they must have... You guys must have stopped them before they actually got around to it, so... Thanks, I guess. Yeah, thank
you guys, I mean, you guys do see, some small fires and whatnot that are still kind of being taken care of, but you get a sense that there's nothing here that's really a problem. And I believe, I don't know who all, but upstairs in the production line, you weren't able to find any traces of the actual explosives, parts or completed.
Yeah, I think you said that they had, like, when they shut down, they moved all this stuff.
Yeah, all that stuff
off the
gets
line.
put off-site. Yep. So that just in case, somebody whatever can't come in and still gain access to that, even droids or whatever.
The line.
Yep.
What's your plan after this? Are you going after the people that are running this facility?
Says, we will definitely look into that for sure. Hopefully, our lookouts outside have captured the runaway, and we will have our witness, if you will, and question her for what's all going on and why they were after us.
I can't remember. Did they seem to indicate that they know the group that's behind this? Like we know who the group is, I guess?
I think so. Let's see.
And I'm drawing a blank on too what this group is called.
The Believers.
Ah, yes, the Believers.
Fans of the intergalactic pop star Justin Believer.
Yeah. It doesn't specifically say if they know for sure who they are, but they would eventually... They would likely get around to maybe figuring it out. Some of their victims are definitely gonna reveal having the tattoos that they all have, and pieces will be put together. So it doesn't specifically say that this person, this one you're talking to, has mentioned it specifically.
Okay. As I say, Dak would probably just mention, we previously ran into, back on Tilnus, a group called the Believers. Had a distinctive tattoo on them. I'm not sure if this is the same group, but it might be all connected.
Very, very interesting. Name doesn't ring any bells for myself, but I'm sure there's those in the cartel that can gain access to that information and get us closer to the bottom of this.
Say,
And he kind of points over to one of the human victims on the ground and says, "You can have a look if you want, see if these are one of them."
Yeah, Dak would go over and check and see if they have the same tattoo that the other people have had.
Yep. So you head over there, and it's easy enough to just kind of do a quick check, and sure enough, it is. I think they had it on their back shoulder, or I forget where it
They have
was, but
something in their arm,
yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was something along the shoulder. Fine. And then Valen will turn to the guy and ask, he said they're trying to commit genocide against the Karaites? Why? Like, what? I mean, I know people can do some crazy things from time to time, but there's usually a motivation behind it. Like, why would they want to do that?
Just kind of shakes his head. He says, I don't know. Just here to stop it. And unfortunately, with one of them getting away, that was hopefully part of the piece of the puzzle to figure out why. But we'll
Yeah,
get to
that's
the bottom of
real.
this eventually.
That's really unfortunate that that person got away.
Yep. Sure is.
Well, we're happy to keep an eye out for her if we come across them on our way out of this place, and be sure to let you know.
That will work. Keep your eye out for any others that might be wandering around as well.
Sure thing. Say, have you guys cleared out this entire little underground portion? Or is there any other part of it that might need to be looked at?
No, we've definitely taken care of pretty much everything that we need to down here.
You're thorough. I like that.
Yes.
Like, well,
Fellas,
we should probably still keep checking, don't you think, to make sure we found what we came here to find at least? At least get assurances that that's gone. Or dealt with, I should say.
He says, I can assure you that everything is taken care of. We are completing the cleanup of this area. As I said, stay out of our way, we'll stay out of yours, but this area is our way.
well, I guess our work here is done. Crisis averted. Kalaran once again economy saved to our deft work. So guess we'll be getting out of here.
Sounds
Indeed.
good to me. I think we are done.
Gives you a nod and says, very well.
Be like, say, weren't there two ways into this place?
Are you
Like,
saying
what was
that?
the one we came? I guess I'm saying this to you. There were two ways, right?
Into
this
the
Or
below,
we
yeah. So
found
yep.
two hatches, but
Yeah.
we don't know.
So you guys went down the one that the female popped out of. The other one was like towards the front of the line,
Okay.
towards the head of it. Yeah, because you guys went to go look at that one, and then she popped out, and you gave chase.
Right. Okay. Do we know? Did we know, or have a good idea that these probably link up?
It would. Very likely they would. Yeah.
Like, nowhere else they could really lead to.
Right.
So. Okay. Well, I suppose we should get back to the ship then, and
Yeah,
Our
let's
way
see
back.
if Land's got the engines ready to go for us.
he's probably picking up monkey lizard poop. That's so funny.
So yeah, I guess Dak would turn and start heading back the way they came through that little corridor.
Yeah. So you guys climb up out of the little tunnel there, popping out to the production line, the main thermal detonator production line, and yeah, work to head out from there. Where are you guys going from there?
So they very clearly did not want us there. Are we gonna walk away?
Well, there's another entrance that they didn't go in. We could always go in that one. Although, weren't there explosives or something on it? I thought I remembered something like that.
No, all the explosives are gone.
No, on the hatch.
Yes, there was a, it was,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's-
trapped.
It was trapped. Did we I thought Land took care of that.
I think Land disabled him. Yeah.
Well, he thinks he did. We don't know.
Yes, he thinks he
We
did.
don't know.
I don't remember.
Well,
If
if
he
I
did or
remember, I
not,
think the
but-
wording was he was very confident, more confident this time that he disabled it
of the
yeah.
properly
from
compared
the
to
other
last
doors, yeah.
time. The alarms went off.
Yikes.
Yeah, no, I guess I don't know. I guess maybe I missed that. I guess I didn't get the impression that they were trying to keep us from out of there. But Krellin is the master of insight, so I will trust his judgment.
Well, when Valen inquired about going further in, they said stay out of their way in as nicest terms possible, but they implied further in their way.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go around the other hatch and see if we can find another way in.
All right. I gave you that med pack, right?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. So you can open that hatch. That's
Yeah, I guess.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
If it'll make everyone feel better, I can check to see if Lan isn't going to kill us while he's away.
Actually, that's a better idea. Check his handiwork. He was a little distracted. He's thrown up everywhere too. So
Oh, wonderful.
not on the hatch. I think you should be fine there.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah, it was after that. But... All right, so you guys are heading towards the other end.
It would seem so.
Okay, so you head over and yeah, go ahead and attempt to open up that other hatch and go down in that. Go ahead and give me a give me just a d20.
D20.
D20. All right, it seems that Lan was not able to disable that like he thought. And there is a small explosion that fires out as you lift up the hatch to go down. And everyone give me are you guys really close to Krellin in the hatch?
Oh, I definitely wasn't gonna get anywhere near that thing.
Yeah, I mean, if Krellin's gonna check for explosives, I was not gonna stand over his shoulder to help him check.
All right. Krellin, 9 points of damage as the blast goes off.
I'll walk up to Krellin and I'll give him the use of the trauma kit and heal him back up to full. Like, thanks for checking that out, bud. I know you're late to the party, but we really appreciate that. Taking one for the team.
Well, it's a good
Taking 9 of them for the team, really, is what you're doing.
it's a good chance the Karaites might have heard that. So if we're gonna go down, we should probably move quick before they get here.
All right. What are we looking for? Let's make this quick. Get in and out.
Yeah, so I guess let's climb down the hatch, I guess, back into the area and see what we see.
And if they come across us, we'll just say, "Oh, sorry, we thought we found another place.
We
Didn't
took a
know
wrong
it's the
turn.
same one."
You climb down this tunnel and yep, you see it opens up basically at far end of parts of the underground lab area. You see more of the chaos, the scenes of a firefight, a couple more of these human bodies, likely members of the Believers. And you see a few more of these full-suited small figures, likely many other Karaites. And there's a little bit as the dust and smoke is settling finally from the little trapped blast. But you can see that the Karaites are on guard. They have there's 3 of them there, weapons trained at whatever is coming down the ladder after this explosion went off.
They're like, oh, is that you guys? Is this the same group we saw before? I'll just call out to them.
These Karaites. So, it pretty. You would. I would say that you'd probably know that it potentially isn't, because it was. You guys covered a decent amount of ground, from one to the other. So as far as like being, yeah. So, but just you just kind of hear from the somewhat muffled speaker of their suits, just saying, "Who are you? What are you doing?"
Oh, we're looking for some sort of explosive device. Not the one that just went off, but another one, a bigger one. We thought we found it. We're just trying to make sure there's not any more of them.
Yeah, I think you did find the one that was down here. There's nothing else left here. We've taken care of the issues.
Okay, and I'll turn to Dak and be like, what now? We can fight these guys, but I don't really want to.
Let's see. Who runs this facility? We know, right? The name of this place?
Nasercom.
Nasercom.
Yep.
Nasercom.
Yep.
Yeah,
So,
that's where the map is.
Yeah, we are representatives of Nasercom, and we've heard that there was some sort of incident at this facility. As you surely noticed, we shut down operations and asked all employees to evacuate until we could assess the extent of the situation to verify that it is safe to resume production.
He just kind of looks at you and says, so when did Nasercom start including robes as part of their uniforms? Come on now, we're smarter than that.
Well, you see, they decided to bring in outside help. I'm a well-known private investigator in the system. I've been here for several years now. Krellin, you may have heard. There is suspicions that these going-ons are due to some internal corporate sabotage. So it was important that they got someone from the outside they knew that they could trust to investigate these matters.
As you can imagine, I, as a representative of Nasercom, this facility is very important to the Republic war effort. Thus, the Jedi who is joining us here to oversee the resumption of operations as soon as possible. If there are no further questions, we will continue our assessment of the situation and determine if it's safe to resume operations. Long live the Republic.
The one that was responding kind of steps forward, weapon still raised, and it says, no further inspections need to be made in this area. And he calls, it seems like he hits up to his helmet. He says, we've got a few individuals trying to impede on our investigations down here. Yeah, we've got a pair of humans and a blue-skinned fella. And then there's you can hear a little muffled on the other end of the comm, and then he says, yeah, that sounds like them.
So, Todd, did we know that this is the same group as the one?
It's not the same.
They're not the same.
Yeah,
group.
yeah.
No, it's a different one.
Oh, okay. Oh, that changes things.
That's why I was going with a new bit.
I don't remember what our old
Yeah.
bit was.
No, it's we're just
Improvise.
wandering
We're
around.
here to
We're-
do stuff and things.
Pretty much.
I'm like,
How
okay.
how dare you raise your weapon at a representative of NASERCOM? This is our facility. It is not yours. I do not see the Metatharn Cartel logo on the door when you enter the facility. Did you?
So I apologize, sir. Please, just verify your identification as a member of NASERCOM, and we will gladly step aside and allow you to continue your sweep.
All right. Dak will reach into his pouch, I guess, and find some sort of identification card. And as he shows it to the guy, he's going to do a subtle movement with his hand, and he's going to do affect mind with
Okay.
his force powers and say, "As you can see, I have all the proper credentials right here," and flash it quickly. You know, like the little, "Here's my badge."
Designation TK421.
So that
Yeah.
is
So go ahead, post that real quick.
I think I have a way to do that, right? There we go. So basically, I want to do this to be able to do like a deception or a persuasion. I guess probably deception on this one.
Okay. What's the DC on that?
My DC now is 14.
All right, that is a fail. So on a fail, you have advantage on your checks.
All right.
So are you handing it over?
No, I'm showing it to him quickly, and then
Like doing the flapping the fake
yeah,
ID
like
badge.
like if the cop, I would just have like my fake badge and I'd flop it open and flop it back.
He looks he definitely shows a little bit of confusion. You can tell, like, a head tilt, and kind of goes back to his helmet. He's like, they're showing credentials, NASERCOM. They want to sweep the area. And the comm goes back and forth. I don't know. He showed credentials. This says, well, one second. My our lead on the investigation would like to come and have a chat with you.
Oh, tell him to I'm sure he's busy. Don't worry, we'll come to him. Just point us in the direction he is, and we will head that way.
So he give me a persuasion check. There should be an advantage again, I think. Yeah.
Oh man.
Okay.
Not bad.
I don't even need the advantage part. I'm getting good rolls on the first one.
All right. Well, yeah. And then just head through the facility towards the other end, and you should run into him. See, the other two that are with him are kind of confused and seem like hesitant to what's going on, but are kind of following along.
You said they're wearing uniforms, right?
Not uniforms necessarily. More of a like a biosuit type almost.
Oh, okay. So we wouldn't recognize any sort of insignia or anything, logos, nothing like that. Okay. And they're Karaites? These
Yeah.
ones? Okay. Well, suppose we should make our way and see the boss.
Mm-hmm. So we'll head the way that they pointed. And then where does this lead us?
So you guys head, you just kind of see more of the same, just this kind of makeshift laboratory facility. It's mostly a larger middle corridor with rooms off to either ends. You can glance into some of them, but I mean, it's chaos pretty much everywhere. There's still fires and whatnot. Computer equipment is destroyed. There's Karaites that kind of wander here and there. There's bodies on the floor.
Nothing, no supplies or anything that would probably be usable. Everything's just smashed or destroyed.
Yeah, you can give me a investigation. Well, give me a perception check.
Okay.
What?
Oh, there we go.
All right, getting them out there. So yeah, you look around and you see, as I said, computer equipment. There's some data chips, but they're kind of broken and destroyed. Papers all over the place. It's nothing. Even at a good look like that, everything's a mess. It's really tough to say, like, is there anything worthwhile down here right now? If you really had time to gather stuff up and maybe go through some things, but at initial just passing glance, like it's quite a mess.
I think the only thing Valen would be interested in is like some sort of data cards that explained like the research or what they were doing or future plans, this genocide they're talking about, whatever the hell's going on. Supplies, I don't think there's probably wouldn't be anything down here anyway. We got our one med back out of someone, so his extortion count's done for the day. But I think, yeah, that's all he would have been looking for in the first place. So.
Yep. Yeah, and you do see some things like that, some computer equipment and data chips, but they all look, burned, destroyed, whatever. There's really not much anything too useful here, and you think that with how the initial Karite, was so intent on having that one captive, that they were going to be. That the believers did what they needed to do to kind of cover their tracks.
Okay. Well, let's not tell them that.
Should we leave then, or do you want to keep going?
I suggest we leave before we actually encounter the leader we're supposed to be trying to find.
So then,
Good idea.
We'll walk back. And once we get there, Krellin will say something as we begin walking by. We'll basically just pipe and say, well, everything looks exactly as you said, completely handled. Our investigation is complete. Thank you for your time. Have a good life day this year. And he'll just keep walking.
Dak will continue on as well.
Valen's following behind too.
All right, so you guys head back up towards the tunnel. You hear the one camera like, "Oh, what a nice guy." So you guys head up, climb up out of the tunnel, back to the floor of the detonator production line.
Like, well, do you think we actually did what we were sent here to do? Like, do we feel satisfied with that? Like, I can't shake the feeling that something might be off, but maybe that's just jitters and not the force.
Well,
Yeah.
something was very clearly off, but it just all seemed like chaos. And given that we had people bearing down on us, I'm not sure how much time we would have had to do a properly thorough investigation.
I agree.
And, Todd, remind me as well too. We're on a moon, a planet, an asteroid.
Right now, you're on a floating city.
Gas
Okay.
giant.
Cloud city type thing.
Okay. I guess because my only thought was
Sorry.
potentially.
Yes, no. Tilnus was the moon.
Right.
It's not Tilnus. You're on Ipsus, which is another floating city of Gennarius.
Okay. Okay. Well, next, I guess my thought was if it was a small enough sort of thing where there's only like one spaceport potentially, or something where that person might be trying to get out of here from, we could potentially go there and see if we could find them. But since it's a whole city, that's probably not going to work.
Probably not. Well, we could always check with our friends at the front. They were pretty entertained by Krellin the Jedi. Although, maybe if they're working for the other guys, maybe they're not. I don't know. They
Yeah,
said
so
they
I
had
guess,
someone watching the door or something like that, but
yeah, I guess we should head out of the facility, out the main entrance towards I guess where our ship would be.
You're going through the main entrance?
I would recommend going out the way
Or
we came
the-
in.
Yeah, I guess
The
the
side
side
door.
exit. we
Okay,
came
yeah,
in.
because you'd have to go through the full facility.
Yeah.
With all the other droids that are there.
Yep. All right. So you head towards the corridors that lead out from the these emergency exits where you came in from into this production line, and you're heading towards that exit, and eventually you hear in the distance, the near distance, a group of footfalls. Steps coming towards you, and you see a group of armed individuals wearing protective suits emblazoned with the logo and colors of the Theron Navy that come around the corner. The foremost, a Bothan, stops and holds up his hand. "Halt! You are trespassing on Nazarcom property. You are under arrest." Give me quick.
Isn't this-
Well, actually, you would just notice, I think, especially Krellin, where you're at 21 on your passive.
I think so.
Yeah.
23.
23? All right. Did that go up?
Apparently, maybe
I've got
when
it
we
at
level
21,
proficiency
maybe.
bonus.
Yeah, maybe it's... Oh, I think that would be what... Yep. Anyway, you see... well, Krellin... Let's see, the rest of you guys... Hey, you got, Valen, you would notice this. Krellin, you would see that there's a female individual that looks to be in binders in the back of this group. And then Valen, you would recognize it as the female that ran out and gave chase. So it seems that she did not make it out of the facility after all.
I will just sort of lean over to Dak and say, well, I think we're going to have to go with a different excuse this time.
And Krellin, I think you would know this well enough. Give me a... just give me a straight intelligence check.
That was
Very
a save.
nice.
So, hold on. -3?
Oh, okay. Still, yeah, that's fine. 21, so, yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So you know enough that Ipsus is privately held, and that law enforcement, other than the security force employed by the owners, can actually arrest trespassers. So you're extremely confident that these people have no jurisdiction here.
Sorry, it was Ipsus? There was a lot of different names.
Ipsus
Ipsus.
is what you're on. Is the city you're
Right.
on. Yep.
Yes.
And then
Okay.
these people are with the Theron Navy.
It's easy to get confused. It's all those engine exhaust fumes. It's
Yes.
understandable.
That's exactly what happened. Tron, speak up and say, well, I believe that the Theron Navy has no jurisdiction to arrest anyone here, so I would, prefer if you didn't try that.
You see an immediate reaction to that, and kind of like from the Both, and a little bit of a Drats. I'd would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for your meddling kids. And he says,
This isn't the same. This isn't the same Theron Navy guy that tried to screw
No.
with us last time. Okay,
No.
just by chance making sure.
Yeah, no.
No, all of them just screw us.
All right, so
Just the boss.
he backs down and he says, regardless, we do demand that you turn over any evidence you have gathered regarding the happenings here. We have already picked up, I assume, one of your counterparts, but she unfortunately did not have anything of value on her in the way of that.
Well, I don't believe
Well-
we have anything to
No.
offer.
And anyone you may have found is not with us.
He kind of turns back to her, with a questioning look and says, no, not one of yours, huh?
I've never seen that person before in my life.
Neither have I.
Valen is remaining silent.
The Bothan continues and says, well, that's fine. We will take her into for proper questioning and whatnot. But you all are not supposed to be here either. This is not safe. We have reports that something bad is being built here, and something that would compromise the safety of the system.
Like what? We were here to investigate a thermal detonator line possibly being tampered with.
Yes,
anything like
yes,
that?
we are aware of the thermal detonators, but that is not it. We unfortunately cannot tell you what it is. It would compromise that safety of the system.
No. So is this thermal detonator line safe?
I believe the line is safe, but there's something else going on. Listen, as the appointed protectors of Kularan, you need to give us any evidence you have about anything going on. Anything you know, anything bad. I, again, can't tell you anything specifically, but if you have anything that you've discovered here, you need to turn it over.
Well, we don't. But also, if we did, we would have to take it to the Jedi because they serve the Republic and they help guard the system too. But we don't have anything.
Give me a deception check.
Okay, let's hope I didn't need to use that. I don't think I have anything to boost that either, so.
Okay, Krellin doesn't believe him this time.
Oh, that's right, you don't actually know.
No. That's like when you guys did the previous thing. You rolled deception or whatever, and I rolled insight, and it was lower than yours. So, whatever you said back then, Krellin's like, yeah.
No, well, I even believe him.
The Bothan furrows his brow, leans in, and says, you Jedi, huh? Why would a Jedi be here? I question that, very much question that you are just here because, and that you would fail at turning anything up. Who are all of you? What is it you're doing here?
First of all, who are you? I'm a Jedi. Like, I don't answer to you. At all.
As a member of the
Second
system,
of all,
you
Jedi
do.
Karen over
We
here.
are the Theran Navy, who are appointed to protect the Kularan system.
Do you know who I am? I'm
it's
a
like,
Jedi.
well, have you looked down there? There isn't anything down there. We didn't get there before you.
Down
we got there
where?
after you. You were just down, weren't you the team down there?
Under where?
Down that hatch? The hatch?
No.
This isn't the same team?
These are humans. These are Theran Navy.
How many teams are down there?
The only
How many groups of
so-
people are there?
So
people
we're
underneath
not in the
are
tunnel. We're not
dead
in the tunnel
human
anymore.
believers, and then the Karaites.
Okay.
So Valen's
Okay.
not even lying. He just doesn't even know. He's like, wait, these aren't the same people?
Yeah.
It's like we thought you guys were the ones down below. They destroyed everything. And I'll point to the two hatches. I'll be like, we went down there looking for a bomb underneath this place, and have you been down there? It's shot to hell.
Yeah,
Like, we
so
couldn't
they're
recover
wearing their
anything if we
uniforms and
wanted.
whatnot. I would say that you wouldn't realize that these are definitely very different people. They've cut you off
Okay.
coming from the entrance, so yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I actually thought it was the same group of people. I was like, what do you mean? You just looked at it. So yeah, maybe I'll say that to them. Like, I literally been here the entire time you have, so if you've found something, we probably haven't.
Right. Sorry. Just checking. It says, listen. Starts like looking. It says, those weapons. Do you have permits for those weapons? There's no restricted weapons allowed here in the system. You don't
You mean
stop getting
this-
lippy with me, we will take those weapons, and you will receive fines. I can't arrest you for trespassing, but if you have illegal arms, we certainly can take you for that.
Valen will turn to Krellin. Be like, if they can't arrest us here, how the hell can they fine us for this? I'm like, can I have a lightsaber? What are they gonna do? Fine me for that?
They're going to certainly try.
Yeah. Well, Master Yoda has a popular saying among the younglings: "Do or do not. There is no try." He's not gonna do it. That's all there is to it.
But he is going to try, so I'm not sure I understand this saying. This seems really...
You either accomplish it or you don't. You can't half-ass it. You have to full-ass it. I think that's the point he makes. I don't know. He didn't train me. I don't know.
You religious folk are something else. I was just like, I've had enough of this Jedi business.
So
Do
if
we
there
get
are
any?
no-
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
So if there are no further questions, we will certainly get out of your way and leave you fine Navy members to complete your search of the facility. We don't want to impede your investigation, and Dak will kind of take a step over to the side and start walking away.
And the Navy guards kind of flank out to stop you initially, and the Bothan says, one last time, please turn over anything you have.
How many of them are there?
You see 4 of the guards and then plus the one Bothan, and then the female who's bound.
Okay. And do we have an idea of what weapons they're talking about? They said our weapons, but so I'm assuming they saw something, but I don't know what they're
Yeah, I
referring
mean, I think
to. The
Dak, you probably got
holstered ones that
yeah,
Dak might have. Okay.
weapons hanging off of them, so.
All Dak. We just let them arrest Dak and I walk out. Perfect.
I turn invisible, and yeah, that sounds like a good plan.
Well, they're not primarily asking for the weapons. They're asking if we found anything in the facility, right? Was what their main
Yeah.
objective is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, look, all I have uncovered, I am a private investigator. There is a bunch of dead people, no idea who, and a bunch of other people who are also down there. Other than that, we have found nothing. Our investigation was admittedly a failure, which is something we specialize at, failing at our duties. So, can we please just leave with our pride wounded and you can go and do your job with things that actually matter?
Yeah,
So if
give me a
you're-
persuasion check, Krellin. Very nice. The Bothan ponders that for a second and looks you all over, up and down, very intently for a moment, and says, you can definitely tell, feel the frustration in his voice and whatnot, but he says, very well. As I said, move along and head nowhere other than towards the exit.
Very well. Krellin will at least start walking that way.
Balin will just glare at him and then follow suit.
Balin, you see that the female is glaring back at you, very frustrated, and she looks like she wants to say something but hasn't. As they step aside and allow you guys to head off.
Well, I'll whisper to. How far away is the other group from us?
The Navy personnel?
Yeah, like 10, 20 feet.
Yeah, if that.
Oh, okay.
Especially, I mean,
Then
you guys are kind of in a hallway, so.
Then I will not say that. Just keep walking out the hall.
Dex takes this opportunity as well, just to keep on heading out.
I mean,
Um,
Krellin's never seen her before, so he's just like, well, this isn't my problem. I don't know who that is.
Once we
He's
get
a-
sufficiently far enough away from them to where I believe they're out of earshot, Valen will turn to them and go, we should probably get on the ship and get out of here now. If she starts talking, we are in trouble. Let's go. And I'm
Why?
going to
Have you seen her before?
just, let's go. Time to
Okay.
time to trust the Jedi, Krellin. Let's go.
All right, you guys begin heading
pick
towards
up
the
pace.
towards the exits here. Whoever would like, somebody roll me a d6, please.
I will say that Krellin, after Valen says that, contemplates going back and turning himself in.
There you go.
He's like, well,
All right, so as you turn the corner heading towards one of the emergency exits to head out, going down the last little corridor there, the lights in the corridor ahead of you flicker and then dim. And then all of a sudden, something clatters down at the far end of it. Tink, 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 and then a hiss as heavy smoke fills the air. It's basically opaque. You can't see anything. And after the hissing comes out, the smoke sits there for a second, and then you guys hear a group of some kind of a movement, footfalls or something, and then blaster fire starts firing through the cloud towards you guys.
Whoop.
well, this took a turn.
How many groups of assholes are on this?
I know. Like,
Surrounded
still
by
a lot.
assholes.
Ugh.
Everyone wants to kill us. I can't blame them, but like,
I'm just gonna have like we're gonna have like a four-way, standoff at the end with like the cartel, us, the Navy, whoever these people are. It's gonna be.
It's like in the
Everybody in a
office, everyone's
corner,
gonna-
yeah. Have ourselves a good old Tatooine standoff. That's what we got here, boys.
All right, should be all set up. Oh
Well, we
man, I
almost
made.
avoided
Our
combat
token
there.
is huge.
Yeah, shit, I
There it is.
saved them all as large size.
Do you not have the old ones?
It's just because I made them large on the map, because it's like, oh, I'm gonna have them all be, big size, and then I didn't even think that it saves that when I save. So I'll just have to
Manually? Okay.
Yeah, I can, but and I'll update them later. I just gotta resize it, so it'll be fine. But
Oh, man. So judging by the map, there's nowhere to hide?
yeah, this is a little bit of like, yeah.
Shit.
And yeah, you guys cannot see what is on the other side. You just know that there's a blaster fire coming in.
This is where the smoke is where we're trying to go, where we
Yeah,
were
yep.
walking.
You have to get past that to get to the exit. Yep.
Gotcha.
And I think this should. Ooh.
Let me read this power real quick. Sure that actually works.
All right. So, top of the round, blaster fire comes out towards you, and they can't see. They know that you guys are coming. They're just kind of blindly shooting through the smoke, whoever's on the other side here, at you guys, and is trying to take you out. Blaster fire comes out towards Dak. You happen to be in the way of this shot. Yes. Second. Two shots come out, a 14 and 11.
Miss.
All right. Another one comes out and fires. And Krellin, this about 5 to 10 feet away from you, these shots come out from the smoke, so they definitely miss you, but you see that that's where they came from. They're definitely trying to guess at things. And now you are up.
Okay.
Oh, I changed the.
Well, I would probably have. Whoa! What the heck? Grab my token. Okay, what is happening here? This is unusual. Okay.
Problems.
I'm gonna.
There you
Every
go.
time I grab it, it's well. I move it. Okay, I have to move it with the keyboard. Every time I grab it with my mouse, it's like dragging it down.
Can you move it with the keyboard?
Yeah. Yeah, Krellin would dart to the wall. How far was that? Sorry. This. Move up, I guess, to here, and then, yeah, I would just hold my action to shoot something if it comes into sight.
Okay.
Yeah. And that would be my turn.
Alrighty. Valen.
Okay, so we can't see anything, correct?
Correct. Currently, the smoke is still in the air. It is essentially heavily obscured. You guys can give me, actually, give me perception checks. I was gonna ask for this earlier, but...
Okay.
Alright. Krellin, you definitely pick up on a very distinct sound of metallic footfalls, likely of droids.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, the other. I'll say you other two recognize that as well, and the other two, you, Dak and Valen, you have already ran into droids before, so.
Makes sense. Okay, so knowing that they're droids, so remind me, mechanically, force concealment, it hides you with the force. It doesn't say it has an effect on droids, like an adverse effect. So does it work the same as if it was a human, like you just drop out of sight of anybody? I can post the...
What? Yeah. I guess. What do you? How are you going to use it?
Just become invisible. But I'm wondering if that invisibility also applies to droids. I mean, it doesn't say it doesn't, but...
Oh, if droids could see, yeah, no, I would say they would have to have some kind of a blind sight type feature, and I don't think they don't normally do, not necessarily.
Well,
so it's not. Yeah, they don't have Terminator heat vision. that you
Yeah,
know
that's
of.
basically what I was asking. Yeah, they got Terminator heat vision.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna do that. So Valen goes, just kind of steps up against the wall and fades out
There
of.
goes Dak, turning invisible, gonna do nothing.
And then, let's see, what is it? I want to try to do that Q thing, so I figure out how the hell to do this stuff. What do you do? You hit
So
Q?
grab your token, and then move it, and then hit the letter Q, and then every time you hit the letter Q again, it'll hit a thing, and then it'll move you. You won't see
Oh,
the
what
movement.
the hell was that?
Yeah,
There we go. Okay.
you won't see your token move. We will see it, but
You do. Okay. And
yeah.
I think that's as
Why
far as
was
I
that
can
yellow
get.
though?
I don't know. Let me see that. Let me move it. Let's see. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it's yellow. I don't know why.
That's right.
That's as far as he can get. I think you have to. That was an action, and it's what action to dash. So. Yep. That's where he is. Just kind of. The lights. He'll have his lightsaber in hand activated, because
Okay.
that actually stays invisible too. Just in case.
All right.
That's turn.
So one of the assailants on the other side of the fog is going to take a shot in your direction, Valen, because while they can't see anything, they can hear things, and you've definitely made some noise over that way. So a couple shots coming your way. 10 to miss and a 12 to likely miss. Oh, 12 hits. Squishy.
Nope, I had battle precog up before.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so go
I
ahead.
think I did that when we first entered the facility and
Yeah,
fought
that's
those
fine.
droids.
So what's that put you up to? 15?
15. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Let me double check that. Pretty sure it's 15.
I think it's +3. So, Dak, you're up.
All right. Yeah, I guess since Dak was fired at, he's going to use his best guess and kind of fire back in the direction that those laser bolts came from,
Okay.
and see what happens.
All right. At disadvantage,
Disadvantage.
but
Yep.
you can go for it.
All right, regular attack. Ooh.
Very nice. That definitely hits.
All right.
Hefty
And I'm gonna
hits.
do extra attack.
And that hits as well. 8 more. Very nice. Okay.
And I'll follow up with my bonus action ones here.
All right, your third shot flies out, unfortunately missing. Seems that the whatever on the other side is kind of trying to dodge out of the way, but you catch it on the third one with the 20. That definitely will hit. Oh. So close. You can hear it. You can hear it like stepping around, and it just kind of has this pace that you think it's in a bad way for sure.
All right. That will do it for that. Dak, knowing that he just kind of gave away his position by firing, is going to move over a little bit to the left, and then also, move over there. That's
Okay.
fine.
All right, and this last droid is going to take a shot out in your direction, Dak. 15 and a 12.
Miss.
All right. Top of the round. And one of the droids is going to... Well, this one actually is going to step through. And as it does, you can see that he is effed up. He's in bad shape. Comes out. And now that he scans the area, he's going to turn down to you.
He comes out, I would unleash my shot.
Yes. Go ahead. That hits. And
Okay.
he's dead. He had 1
I should
point
finish
left.
him off regardless.
Yeah.
Boom. There we go. Perfect.
All right, and then another one is going to just be able to get outside of the smoke as well. Come out and scan the area, and hearing the shot from you, Krellin, go off, it's going to focus on that area and then go after you.
Yeah, my gun's very loud.
A 19 and a 7. 19 should hit for 6 energy damage.
Indeed, it does. I will use my reaction to reduce it to 3.
Okay. And then it is your turn.
Perfect. I will run up to it and try to hit it with my electro baton.
23 will hit.
Okay. And then it has to make a dex save. DC 14.
That's a big fat fail with 3. Additional, nice.
So 7 kinetic and 4 lightning.
Okay, and it's shocked.
Yes, that as well.
And that is... Can't take
then-
reactions, can take either action or bonus, but not both.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
And then I'll just end my turn there.
Lightning bolt, cool. Okay, Valen, you are up.
Okay. I think Valen. Does this one near Krellin look like it's like, how's it look? Looks like he can handle it.
He's fine. I mean, the droid's fine. I mean, he took a couple hits, but he's still doing pretty good.
Okay. But yeah, I think he thinks Krellin and Dak can handle that one. He's gonna sneak
Don't
on
wanna-
by.
Don't want to drop that invisibility, and you're.
Hell no.
Or do anything.
He'll move there.
So now, since he's standing in the smoke, does the
15.
smoke just like go around this invisible?
Oh, there we go.
It wisps, yeah, like if, he pushes through. I think it would. That is a very,
So then, is it just a line of smoke, or is this whole area?
It's kind of like this, yeah, it is kind of like this line of smoke that, 2 little smoke grenades or something, went off to create this cloud of,
Okay, where was I? Was I?
Just envisioning like the Invisible Man, so it's just like an invisible cut
Yeah.
out of a person with smoke like
Yep.
billowing around.
So I can't
think you're back.
remember where.
try Control Z, sometimes it will take you back.
No, I think
Okay.
I screwed it up.
You
I
were-
thought I moved like 15 feet.
You were,
Yeah, I
like,
think
right
you were
here.
there, yeah.
Okay, give me 1 second here. I'm gonna test some distance. That's not good.
You're still in the smoke though, where you are right now. You'd have to come out of it.
I can see these droids,
You-
or not yet.
Not yet, you're still in it. You gotta move 1 to the
Okay.
right and then you'll get out of it.
I think this was 15.
Yeah.
25. Judge the distance. Valen is going to, realizing he probably just exposed himself by jumping through that cloud of smoke, leaving a halo of himself behind. He's gonna take his hands. He's gonna put the saber down. Put his hands together and gather the force to him and just do kind of like a Om, and then take the energy and smash it down on the ground and do force repulse. And
Alrighty.
third level. So everything within 20 feet of him, which is every single droid, and Krellin is just outside of it. You have to make a DC 16 dex save. Thought it would have. Yeah.
Alright, 2 droids will fail.
Did it not get the other one?
That's a 20-foot radius there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, good enough. And then they also get pushed back 5 feet in addition to that.
You doing 31 damage?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that obliterates him.
Let me rephrase that. Their corpses fly 5 feet backwards. They're deactivated bodies. And Valen just stands triumphant, like, I can't believe that worked! And then he'll pull the saber back out again. And he poops back into existence, so.
Okay. Alright, so Dak, you're up.
All right. Dak will just move over here a little bit to get a better angle on the droid. And make sure he doesn't hit Krellin in the back of the head. And he'll fire some shots at the droid here that's left.
I would say that your force energy probably dispersed a little bit of the cloud as well. Although I guess it wouldn't, because I think you can kind of specify who it goes against, but anyway.
Up to you.
Dak, go ahead. Alright, rushing up, getting a line on the droid next to Krellin. You are able to tag that with a 17.
Alright.
Hit there of 10. It's definitely starting to look pretty rough now. Another shot, 14 will hit.
Oh, cool.
And that's enough to take it out. The last droid in front of Krellin falls to his feet.
And just to verify, I guess, now that Dak has actually seen them outside of the smoke, these are the same sort of guard droids we saw previously.
Yes, they do look like the same guard droids that you saw before. Yep.
All right. I was assuming so, but didn't want to.
Didn't want to assume? You were assuming but didn't want to?
Yeah, I was assuming one to verify.
How do you put that radius thing up, just so I can tell next time, like, what the
On your token, in the gear, and at the bottom, you have to scroll down, and then token aura, and then you put in a radius. See that?
Okay.
And then you can change the color of it if you want, whatever, so.
Try that.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And then just delete the numbers, don't go away, so. Alright, so, as you guys are continuing your way out, you've taken care of these droids that seemingly have tried to intercept your exit.
Can we take a look at them and see if they've got anything on them? Lan will appreciate us bringing him back some sort of gizmo if we can find something on him.
Yeah, give me investigation checks, whoever wants to.
Oh, sure. I'll look at the one that is dead in front of me.
So I'll take a quick look on my way out of here. Maybe.
All right, Valen and Dak, you find broken droids all over the place. I mean, you see they have like their blaster weapon. There's nothing else really about them of note. They're just droids. Krellin, as you inspect the one below you, you notice that on the chassis, you see some scoring on the outer body that looks to be made with a traditional knife, like a 5-inch blade that just so somebody took a rough simple blade and did something to the side of this. You also notice that there's a little bit of a brown residue around the scoring marks as well.
God, Lan's been here.
No, that was green. I think this might be some other kind of residue.
Ugh, horrific.
Feel free to touch it, Krellin.
No,
That's what it is.
Say, Valen, I think there's some kind of interesting substance on this that maybe you could figure out what it is by, I don't know, tasting it or something? Isn't that what you usually do?
Valen will mutter to himself, like, damn it, that is my job. He's gonna walk over here. And, oh, shit. How carefully did I wrap that anti-tox kit? Would you say it was enough that, that you can get it out with ease? It was just kind of protected? Or, I don't remember what we said.
Yeah, I would say that your bio kit has has the necessary things in there to hold things and keep them stabilized and safe, whatnot. I mean, you have a kit, so it's not a Dick Tracy lunchbox with test tubes rolling around.
Right. It's
You
got
know.
secure holders and
Yeah,
things like
yeah.
that.
So I mean, you were able to do something like that. So
I'll take out the kit and find like a vial and a little scraper, something I can use to scoop it up for analysis. I don't know if can we test it in the field? I'd assume this thing has something you can.
yeah, give me a check with your intelligence with your biochemist kit.
Intelligence with biochemist kit.
Okay. Yeah, you aren't very certain. You just can pick some up and take it somewhere for further analysis, but here you can't really tell what it is.
Well, I can't really tell what it is, so we'll take it somewhere else for further analysis, and I'll just take it, cork it, throw it back in the thing, and wrap it up a little quicker than they might have seen me do before. And then I'll just kind of emphasize to the rest of the group, yeah, about that. We should get out of here, like now. Like still don't feel good about that. We need
Krellin,
to go.
the scoring, it looks like it's around some panels on the droid as well, like specifically.
Okay, I will. I'll pop them open and see if I can find anything where someone else was prying at.
Yeah, give me a technology check. Or Slicer's kit with intelligence.
I'll take
if
the
there's
slicers.
a difference.
There is.
Okay.
3.
So, yeah, as you carefully tap into the droid chassis here, trying to avoid the brown residue that was around here, you pick up enough that just from your understanding of computer systems and whatnot, that it seems that there was some sort of reprogramming done to these droids.
Well,
and you can tell that it was like a very amateurish one at that.
All right. Well, first question: have you encountered anyone with a vibro knife or some kind of a physical blade in your times down here?
No.
Well, someone with
Nope.
said blade tampered and did a crude rewiring of all the droids. So that would explain this.
We haven't been down this corridor before, have we?
No, not necessarily. No, there's a few. Yeah, there's a few options.
Like, yeah, no, that doesn't sound like anything we had to deal with.
Dak and Valen, give me intelligence checks.
Oh.
All right. Dak's just not with it today.
Dak is out of it tonight.
I'm just there to lie to people.
Yeah.
Just
Valen,
to cover guy.
even within a droid, droids they're pretty advanced, in this day and age, and some of them do express a certain level of personality or whatever, things like that, and you would say that you would get a slight little bit of a inclination that these droids did feel a little different, a tad different than the other ones that you previously ran into. You know that they're the same guard droids, but of course, Krellin is mentioning that it looks like there's been some reprogramming done, but it seems that just kind of their tactics or something about them, makes you feel like, yeah, there's something different here.
Almost like somebody programmed their tactics to be just to do what? Like, would he even know? Because he probably didn't make that great of an intelligence check, but
Say that again. Would you know?
Would he have known how they're different?
No. It's just kind of a feeling you get.
Okay.
It
were they
kind of
that
within
similar?
context of Krellin saying like, "Hey, someone reprogrammed here," and then, just you thinking back to your run-in with the other droids that, you feel that maybe there was something that happened between the two situations.
Oh, okay. You're like, well, these droids seem to be a little different than the ones Dak and Lan and I fought earlier. So whoever tampered with them probably changed them quite a bit, but it wasn't that noticeable. Something with their programming. He's like, that tech stuff's a little out of my league. Like, we could take one back if we wanted to really do a thorough analysis on them. But I don't know how Nazarcom will feel if we steal one of their droids. They're probably
Well,
already gonna
we
be
already
mad enough we
destroyed
destroyed them.
several.
Yeah, I don't think Nazarcom's gonna know or care. If we want to drag one back with us, we can.
Up to you. You could always get Lan to take a further look. But being one of the weaker ones in the group, I think, Dak, you're gonna have to pull your weight here and just, be the one to haul it out. Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
Krellin can
take
certainly
your,
try, but
said Dak will walk up and say, "Well, I guess we really only need the processing unit parts, which I assume's in what part of the body? Is it like his chest, head? Part that Krellin's investigating here."
Yeah, Krellin can point that out. He was already kind of working on it, and he can offer that information. Or
Okay, good.
really he could probably download a snapshot of the programming.
Oh, yeah, that would work
That
too.
sounds like what we would like to do.
Yeah, I bet it's gonna have Valen just like, if it's in the head, just use your lightsaber, chop its head off, and I'll just carry the head back. Like I don't need
I'll
to
make
take
it-
the whole body, but
I can make it more aerodynamic if you want. That's no
but
problem.
yeah, if Krella can get a little
Yeah, Valen would probably be
USB
wise
drive and
enough to
download it.
say that we don't want to bring any of this if there's more of that brown mystery
No, not
residue.
until we know what it is.
So yeah, Krellin, give me one more slicer's kit check.
Will do.
All right, yeah, you are
you.
definitely able to grab that and pull off the programming, reprogramming, I should say.
Wonderful. That will save us some struggle in trying to carry this back.
All right. Well, if we've got the information, let's get out of here before more of them show up, or another fifth party group of people shows up to impede our exit.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
Well, it is in complete agreement.
All right, you guys are able to get finally to the exit, get out, and you now find yourselves outside the facility and are able to head back towards the landing ports to get to your starship without issue. Seems
No
that there's
Ugnaughts blocking the way this time.
swarms of Ugnaughts.
And as you walk into the landing bay, you notice
Yeah.
15 Ugnaughts. No.
Every single Ugnaught in
There
the
is
galaxy.
a monkey lizard with a blaster pointed at Lan's head. No.
I shoot Lan. What?
I taught him that trick.
You come up to the ship, get on board, and Lan is just like, "There's monkey shit everywhere."
Sorry, Lan. I'll take care of him. Valen's gonna go take the anti-tox kit and go put it in. I'm assuming we have a secure bulkhead somewhere where stuff won't rattle,
Yeah.
or like more protected than, and set it in there.
Okay.
And then he'll get to cleaning up the monkey poop.
Good.
As you guys get back
Yeah, sure.
on board, you do get an incoming message. that once responded to. It is Narama calling to follow up and say that please come meet with me once again, as I would like to have you dispose of all of what you've found, and offer you appreciation for your job.
You're like, wait a minute, where are they doing the testing on this virus or disease or whatever? Was it the facility that is orbiting Ipsus?
I
Was
think
that what it was?
so. Excuse me.
See
Yeah,
if I
it's
wrote
like S Ipsus is the other one, and I think that, like, I don't remember if like Norama said that.
I thought you told us. I don't know if that was
Yeah, maybe.
necessarily
Let's see.
the
Research
Rama.
station. It's a subcity. Yeah, it's like there's a research station on a subcity in orbit around Ipsus. Yeah, so it's like S Ipsus is what they call it. That is
Okay.
where. Yeah, that's where it's at. S Ipsus is where the that stuff's being looked at.
Okay. And did we know that was secure? Well, obviously not enough, but
The
like
transmission, or
it's legit. Like it's legit. That's legitimately where they're doing it. It's got
yeah.
security. It's got the whole nine. Okay. I'll Valen will go up to Dak and tell him, like, do you mind if we make a slight detour before we head to Narama's? This thing needs to get into the right hands immediately, and I'll point towards the vial, hoping he understands what I'm pointing at. Like, we need to get this to the right people. We don't need this lingering any longer than we have it.
Do we know who's running that facility that I guess it's doing that research?
I can't remember who it was. Can't remember.
Nope.
Okay.
We just knew they were doing research, whoever they are.
I think, yeah. So Narama said
a group of top men.
I guess my only thought is maybe because we don't know if we can. It may be a legitimate facility that's being run by.
So he said, yeah,
somebody
Narama said that his people intercepted a signal emanating from the research facility above Ipsus. Signal was an order. It seems like to evacuate the facility and destroy all evidence. So I think from that potentially the research facility could be. You might gather that the research facility might be involved in some way, because the signal went from the research facility down to Ipsus, saying destroy all evidence.
Right. Yeah. So my thinking is let's just hold on to this sample for now for ourselves, and
who do we give it to? I can take it back to the academy, but
what sample are you talking about? The green or the brown?
the green, I think.
The green one.
Green stuff again. Okay.
Whatever color it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I can take it back to the academy with me, but I don't think their masters are gonna be too pleased with me if I walk it in there. But they'll at least know what to do with it.
Yeah. Well, for now we'll hold on to it, and let's put it somewhere hidden on the ship, and maybe one of the smuggling compartments when we go visit Narama, just to make sure somebody doesn't come on board and try to find it, and go see what he has to say.
Sounds good. Do you think he could actually do something with it? He seems like he actually cares about the system to an extent. I mean, obviously he cares about himself more than others, but he seems to, enjoy his home not being tossed around and destroyed.
I think Narama's in it to make a profit, and an entire cartel run by whatever those things are called. I should remember the species that is now. I'm drawing a blank. The Karites.
Right.
Being out of the way would probably be good for business for Narama, so I'm not putting anything past anybody at this point.
That is
Greed can
true.
make people do a lot of crazy things. You know, turn on your friends, steal their ships, all sorts of things.
That too. Yeah, I agree. He didn't exactly send us here to stop this. He sent us here to make sure the thermal detonators didn't blow up. So, maybe I'll take it back to the academy with me. That might be the best play here.
Yeah. And I guess too, I would say as we're headed towards Narama's, if guess we could, even though Land's not here, ask Land to see what we can figure out on that programming that Krellin downloaded. Maybe the two of them could put their technology heads together or whatever and take a look.
It's a good idea.
Yeah. Yep, they can do that.
All right, I guess Dak will punch in the coordinates for. Guess he's back on the barge still.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Valen will go find the monkey lizard and feed him another ration.
During the trip,
there's even more monkey crap everywhere.
Krellin, if you want, you know, I'll say with Land's help, give me one more Slicer's Kit check at advantage. See if you can get anything
Alright.
out of the... Alright. So, you definitely, you know, get a little bit more about the programming again. Unfortunately, like with how low quality it is, there's nothing in there that, you know, gives you any trace of where it came from or who did it. You can just tell that it was pretty sloppy. That whoever did it. So.
Gotcha. Oh well, I'll accept that.
Okay.
Does it
And
look like a rush
Go on
job?
with my day. Is Valen asking this?
Yeah, I'm just more asking as out of character. Like, does it look like more like a rush job, or does it look like someone, if they had taken the proper time, could have actually done a good job, or is this just amateur all the way?
Yeah, more just kind of amateur
Okay.
hour.
All right. Well, I think we're all in agreement then. Maybe don't tell Narama what we have, and if we do, if he does insist, let's just tell him we're taking it to the temple, and that's that.
I'll let you have that conversation with him.
I am
I
in
think he'll
complete
understand.
agreement with Dax here.
I think he'll understand.
Yeah,
I don't-
yeah.
We
Crime
did what
bosses,
he asked.
in
and-
my experience, are super understanding on when they ask for things and somebody tells them no.
Yeah, well, you two were demanding credits from him, so maybe, I don't know.
That's just good
You-
business.
That's just, yeah.
That's game respects game there.
Are you speaking? Did you say this to Krellin? Krellin has never once asked for credits. He has a lot, but
That was Land, I
okay.
think.
Back
good.
in Land. It was
Uh,
actually Land specifically was like, I want money. And Rama seemed to get really pissed off about that. So, yeah, I think I have probably more rapport with him than either of you.
I think
So we'll-
Krellin's in
we'll
good
see.
at least.
Yeah, Krellin's, you know, somewhat you guys' initial contact to begin with.
That's
true.
But I mean,
So-
I did take this annoying monkey lizard off his hand.
Yeah, it's
He's
true.
got to be feeling
Just don't-
some sort of
Don't bring it
generosity to me.
back.
Nope.
Oh, you bring it back? That's how you get us all killed.
He likes to hang out. Once you're there, he hangs out on your shoulder and whatnot. So
Oh,
I'll need to get a quick edit on your token art. And the monkey lizard.
that'd be pretty funny.
I might take him back to the temple and leave him there.
There you go.
Oh no!
All right,
Terrorize
so you
the
guys
temple?
eventually arrive to Roboga's barge and head back to kind of the same dance you did before, as someone else, some kind of sketchy looking individual asks if you're here to see somebody and ushers you to the back, that private room that you come into again, and you see that this time Narama is there waiting for you, and he nods at you all as you come in and welcomes you back, and then he kind of gestures towards the wall, and a door slides up, and a human male, middle-aged, enters. He's wearing a white suit, and it has the Nazarcom logo embroidered on the left pocket. Narama speaks and says, "This is Delton Islan, one of the managing partners of the Nazarcom facility. Mr. Islan, these are the individuals who went into your facility to put a stop to the trouble."
How ya?
Wave.
Valen will do a little Jedi bow.
Said it was Delton. Delton.
Dalton with an A.
Oh, Dalton, like the guy
Yeah.
in Roadhouse.
I know Dalton from Red Green. Anybody knows that? Red Green.
I do not.
Yeah.
You do not know
I don't know
Dalton from Roadhouse?
I don't know that one. But
I don't know the
You
character.
gotta watch
but
Roadhouse.
I
You've
know
not
the
seen
Red Green
Roadhouse.
show.
That's
Red Green's
Patrick
a
Swayze at his
really,
finest.
that's an old Canadian show.
it's so good.
It's a
PBS, on
classic
PBS,
show. That was
yeah.
on PBS.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was some Saturday night 10 o'clock stuff.
Yeah. So, yeah, Islan, he says he offers you, much thanks and whatnot for what you did. He says, what did you find out? Were you able to, isolate the problems, the issues?
Well, from what we could gather, there was a lab of some sort underneath your facility involving the Believers, the same group that we encountered back on that moon. Tilness. I guess I write these things down. There's like a T. It's like Tanis, Tilness. Yes, back on Tilness, and then between your security droids, the Theran Navy, and the Metatharan cartel, all arriving around the same time, we got out of there as quick as we could.
Says, yes, this lab is quite a feat. He speaks very calmly throughout, but he says the substructures of the city have all been set up with a sufficient sensor arrays and alarms and whatnot. And we felt that no one would have been able to really get in underneath the system like this, but it seems that these Believers must have painstakingly taken months of time to reroute these relays before they could even begin their work. So definitely they really put in the effort to develop this facility of theirs and find a place that no one would look for them in this high secure area underneath the detonator line. We are reworking our entire security system to hopefully avoid any of this in the future, but yes, we definitely appreciate you guys investigating and doing what you did. In thanks of that, we do have some equipment that, on behalf of Nazarcom, we would like to give you all. It's various product, some made here in our facilities in Kalaran and some elsewhere, but I think individuals like yourselves will appreciate this very much. And he kind of gestures over to a table, and there's a pretty large case there that he goes and kind of props open, and you see like a whole group of different devices and things in there.
Krellin will look at Dak and say, well, neither me or Valen can carry this one. This one's on you, buddy.
Yeah, I guess Dak will go over and open up the case and check it out, see what's in there.
So at initial glance, you see quite a bit of things. So you see a pair of gauntlets, mechanical type gauntlets in there. They look pretty interesting. There is, you see some, looks to be some type of ammunition in there. There's some small devices that you're just not sure at initial glance. One looks like a little, almost like a stylus pen shape device. There's another device that kind of looks like some sort of a scanner. Looks like it might scan, the environment or something like that. You do see a set of macro binoculars. They kind of like slip over the head, and you can kind of wear those. Looks pretty cool. And then also one more further electronic little device. It looks like it would fit, in a pocket or something. Almost a data pad of sorts. And as you're kind of getting an initial glance, Narama chimes in, and he turns to Dalton and says, Dalton, very good to see you again. I'm sure we will be in touch. And Dalton nods, turns to you all and says, yes, thank you. And then Dalton heads off, and then Narama turns to you all and says, again, I appreciate everything you've done. Any evidence or whatnot that you pulled out from the facility, I do not want to take away from your work, from your efforts, so do as you see fit with that. I will not be involved in that, but you do have my thanks.
I actually do have a question on that, Narama.
Yes.
The facility that was orbiting Ipsus, that's where they are researching the thing we're interested in. Do you know how secure that actually is? But given your contacts, I'm sure you have
In what way
sorts of
secure
appraisals.
are you asking? Like electronically, or do they have guards?
Like, is it compromised? Like, do they have, like, has he heard tale of people like double agents or someone on the inside on the payroll?
He says that
kind of
no, he hasn't heard anything like that. No, he
just
thinks it's
intercepting
still just.
transmissions and stuff.
What's that?
He was just intercepting transmissions.
Yeah.
Not actually like has somebody in the building. Okay.
He's not certain if anything is compromised, but he doesn't feel like it was.
Like, all right. And I actually have one favor to ask of you. Those bantha meatballs we had earlier, do you think you could convince the kitchen to like make a bulk batch order so I can take it with me for the monkey lizard? I'd pay. I'll happily pay. I'm sure you can probably sway them better than I can, and I don't want to start waving my hand and doing things, making people mad.
He lets out a heavy chuckle, and he says, "I will see what I can do."
Oh, thank you so much. He
And
seems
then
to like food a lot, and I figured those might hit the spot.
He turns to you, Lan, Dak and Lan, and says, and you two, your payments. You still looking to receive further compensation for this task, for this job?
Well, yeah, I don't do this for free.
What's Dak saying?
Dak will just say, I think this case of goodies from Nestor Core or
Nazarcore.
and Nazarcore, and it'd be sufficient. And in the nature of our wonderful working relationship going forward, I think that we can call that a fair deal.
You see a very approving look on his face, you know, between his two sets of eyes and everything. But you see that appeases him quite a bit, and you definitely get a "you chose wisely" there as you say that. So
You chose.
that it might not have been a good idea to to accept that payment, because there might have been some bad consequences. So I will role play that in offline with Land to
Alright.
see how he feels.
Out of character, are we getting this whole crate? Was that the intention, or just picking something from it?
I was picking up the whole
Yeah,
crate.
you
That
get
wasn't-
you get all of that.
All right.
So
Do we know
yeah,
what
so
they do?
Narama thanks you again and dismisses you all. You're able to head off, and Valen, you get your takeaway of a pile of meatballs.
Perfect. That's what I
There's
wanted.
your payment. You get the meatballs, and
Yeah.
Dak
We get
and
everything
Krellin will
else.
go.
Perfect.
Did he charge me for anything?
You so something that Dak avoided by not taking money, but the meatballs come with Narama's disfavor.
I
You
told him I paid for them. I told him I'd give him money to get them.
No, I'm kidding. Yeah, so he essentially on the house. He took care of the meatballs for you.
Oh, okay.
So
All right.
yeah.
Well, thank you.
Alrighty. So yeah, you guys head off and
It's like, damn it.
head out from
Meatballs come with a side of Narama's displeasure.
It's the worst sauce ever to put on meatballs.
and you guys can head off through the barge. Stay if you want. Enjoy your food, or head off wherever else. But inspecting your new spoils.
Yeah.
I've got to do a little bit of conversion here on some of this stuff, but so the set of gauntlets, they are stun gauntlets. You throw them on, and you can see that they're woven with circuitry and whatever. They'll deliver an electric shock when they hit an enemy with an attack, melee attack, and when they're powered on, they glow a little bit, and you can definitely see the electrical discharge. They both require a power cell. The ammunition, you find quite a bit of ammunition in there. That it's meant for it's like a slug thrower type ammunition. They're almost a soft, like gel bullet that are intended to stun an opponent. They do reduce damage, but the target must make a save or be knocked unconscious from the gel that hits them and sends a stunning kind of reaction through them.
And that can be used in, I guess, any kind of like kinetics,
Slug
like
thrower.
slug thrower, rifle, or
Yeah.
revolver, that kind of stuff. Okay.
Yep.
And that seems like a land thing.
You see the little stylus, almost like a pen or something in there. Inspecting that, it's a micro tagger, so it can track individuals and whatnot. It's basically like a little dart gun. Has a small little dart inside of it with a 15-foot range. 4 meters, I think it's about. About 15 feet range, and it's very small. It has a very, very long transmitter range, about 1.2 kilometers, and a life of 40 hours. Fired from the stylus. The stylus will help track. And yeah, but it seems that this is kind of a one-time use here. The scanner type device, or Valen, this will probably catch your eye, a chem detect. It's a molecular analyzer that takes in local atmosphere and examines it for hazardous or poisonous chemicals. And you can use this device to see if there's any certain materials within 2 meters of the device. You can also set it to do checks on its own, and set off an alarm if there's something hazardous nearby. So essentially, smoke detector-esque.
We got something we can use on the way to drop me back off at the academy.
Yeah.
Test out that brown stuff.
The macro binoculars, upon further inspection, these are actually night vision macro binoculars, or snooper goggles, used in twilight and darkness. The resolution is not as good as standard macro binoculars, but their nighttime use outweighs that drawback. So this essentially will give somebody dark vision. So I don't know if Duros, I don't know if Duros might have.
They do, yeah.
Okay. So between Valen
The
and
humans.
and Dak, definitely useful there. And then finally, the pocket secretary. It's a little just kind of data pad audio recording unit that just has some software built in to help with some computer checks and things like that. Kind of little.
Sounds like something for LAN.
Yeah, a little pad like that.
Or-
So
Does Krellin use that stuff too?
a little bit sometimes, but
Rellen's actually not very good at technology stuff. He just does it, and no one's questioned it. So, like, he doesn't even have proficiency. So, like, the whole time, like, the first, like, however many sessions when he was the operator doing all the technology stuff, he's just winging it.
So yeah, I'll get some more specific conversions of this equipment and post it for you
But,
guys. But
what about the meatballs? Aren't those enhanced somehow?
they?
Make a con save.
They've just got the chef's love. You can really
Okay.
taste the love that went into them.
+1 to annoyance
Taste the rainbow.
checks for the monkey lizard.
Give me a con save.
Con save. Do you really want one?
No, I'm kidding.
Oh, I was about to. So, talking it over with the group, I think our plan was to actually take the... I feel like it's a good idea to take this back to the academy, and I think Master Lanius will know what to do, or at least know the right people to contact. I don't know that he really wants it there. We've got enough going on as it is with the war, but I'm sure he knows he has contacts, or he can get a hold of the right people, or maybe even the was that the militia? Austin Dalnay?
Yeah.
Is that the guy?
Yep.
Yeah. Like, maybe even get a hold of him, but I think if I take it to the academy, gets it off the ship, and out of our hair,
Yeah.
at least. And then on the way, I want to use that scanner and test it on that that brown stuff we found. See if it sets it off. We never figured out what it was, right? It
Right.
was just some stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll run it through there and see if it does anything. Just something to do. I don't know how long the trip is.
Yeah. So or I guess if you're just either catching a ride, you're going back to the academy, or you haven't.
I was hoping they'd take me home, but
yeah. That's fine.
I
Do
guess
that
we
too.
can,
He can walk.
drop him back off at school.
get out and walk. The moon. And
Hope you can hold your breath for a long time.
Valen will take the antitox kit with all that stuff.
So using the chem detect, it's definitely going to tell you that it'll identify that it's hazardous.
Right.
Because
it just at least tells me what I might be able to do.
it's
next.
not going to really tell you what it is if it doesn't have information on it. So it's basically going to say like, hey, there's a hazardous material in the area.
I mean, as long as we know it's hazardous, that's
Yeah.
That's a step
So
in the right
it would definitely kind of go off and say.
Okay.
Although I guess actually now that I think about it, this would not because that does like an atmospheric type analysis, and what you have is a substance.
Okay.
So
It's not really an aerosol type thing.
right.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Well,
actually you're not
gentlemen, it
going to
looks
really
like
get anything.
further analysis is necessary back at the academy. Back in my nerd lab. I'll figure this out. And I'll be taking the monkey lizard off the ship just so it doesn't bother
Oh.
attack and land.
Instantly relieved everyone else is.
Like, oh, thank God we didn't have to kill it.
Oh, well, I mean, slight disappointment there, but, you know, at least it's out of the way.
And if anybody says anything when I bring him into the temple, like, what's that? I'll just tell one of the masters, like, Master,
Cheers.
I brought
Cheers.
the younglings a lesson in patience.
Oh, that's
There
cruel.
you go. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to get used to teaching on my own someday, so consider this their first lesson. Plus, he's got a bunch of meatballs. He's fine. He's taken care of. You know, give
Oh,
the
no.
younglings something to do, cleaning up poop.
Oh,
Keep them busy.
I'm pretty sure Valen is like chaotic evil.
Evil, just straight evil. Gather all the animals, bring them into the temple, cause some chaos.
Alrighty.
I guess
so
after we
yeah, go
after
ahead.
we drop him off, I guess we'll see what Crone and Lan want to go somewhere and get a drink, I guess.
I think Lan would definitely probably be up for that.
You guys can go to Fortac. They've got a cantina.
Krellin would
You can all go.
Krellin would be like, "That's a great idea. Let's all have a drink on the way." And he pulls out 3 flasks, hands them around. He's responsible.
The fact he has 3 flasks just at the ready is a little disconcerting. I mean, he's only one dude.
Well, I mean, what if you need more flasks? Like, look at this scenario.
Let's see. All right. Yeah. So you guys are enjoying a drink on the ship ride. Going anywhere else? Dak and Krellin, or just heading back to wherever.
I don't think Krellin has anything in particular in mind.
Yeah, it's just heading back to yeah, wherever.
All right. Okay, so you guys just head back. Try and hopefully catch some downtime in between your latest adventure.
Yes, I might you know, give Raina a call, see if she's got any jobs, any smuggling work to do. While Valen's away, you won't you know, has to be included in our nefarious underworld career
Thank you.
choices.
Yeah,
Thank
right.
you for giving me plausible deniability.
Alrighty, well, with Land gone, we'll wrap up there for tonight. We finished up at that episode, so we'll come back next week and get into, I believe that was number 2, so we'll get to episode 3 of this trilogy and see how things could continue with your good buddy Karites.
Did I would assume Master Lanius is still there in charge of the academy, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you go and you hand that stuff over, you know, he's appreciative for that, but it's not something they want to hold on to, so he would definitely kind of send off that stuff off to, you know, somewhere else. And he does show much concern over the believers, and says that you know, they are going to you know, just kind of look into things with them But especially now with everything going on, you know, they can't really be a police force of the system, so they can only do so much, you know, with the
Understandable.
greater situations going on. But yeah.
Phelan will kind of. I think that's probably how he'll want to spend his downtime, researching the believers and anything connected to this. Is it virus? What
Yeah.
is the thing? That's what it is.
Or whatever it is, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he'll look into the believers first, at least just get more information on them, because
Mm-hmm.
they're clearly a problem. We've seen them twice now, so not hard to figure out that maybe there's a third time.
There is a chance.
Just intuition, you know, not even the force, just.
You
Probably
never
really
know. Alrighty. Alright, guys. Well, yeah, so that's where we'll wrap up tonight and come back.
Alrighty.
Hopefully, all of
Alright.
us next week get back into our regular schedule and we'll continue on.
Right.
Alright.
All right.
Thank you
sounds
very much,
good.
Todd.
All right.
Alright, guys. Yep. Good stuff. We'll see you all next time.
All right.
Later.
See